that you
gotta know your worth.
You gotta know your worth.
And stand tall in your craft.
And stand tall in your craft. Plush said that. Call your price. Call your price, but invest in your trade. And then I watch for me like, Dahlia feels she's out. Yes! I see young women thinking that a man is the way to their wealth.
Don't give up on that.
The realest thing coming out to Georgetown. Welcome back to Dates With Dahlia. And right now, I have the Bobby Dahlia. We got the plush doll right next to us.
Original.
Shanice. Welcome to Dates With Dahlia. How you doing, girl?
I'm okay. How are you?
Girl, I'm fabulous. We've been planning this for a hot minute.
Yes.
Yes. And we're both makeup artists. So, you know, it's tight to get in the booking, but we got the booking in and we locked in because it's not really often you see people in the same field powering and meshing and got kind of like an understanding.
Yeah. And having a real conversation.
Yep. And I'm gonna hit with the real conversation right away. I know people think that makeup is a glorified thing and it's not necessary, but really it's a luxury experience. I remember you saying that.
It is.
So what made you get into makeup? And to be honest, what made you stay?
What made me get into makeup? It was just a matter of my own creativity. Like it sparked through pregnancy.
Really?
Yes.
You have a beautiful son.
Well, thank you.
Well-spoken.
Thank you.
Handsome. Period.
So when I was pregnant, I didn't feel my best self, and I wanted to do something that made me feel beautiful. Growing up, I was always into like art, drawing, coloring, whatever it is.
Really?
Yes.
You and your coloring book?
Yes. And my family would always say things like, "Oh, Shanice, you're gonna be an artist one day," and I didn't know what type of artist. I didn't know what type of artist, but you know, like I'm here today being a makeup artist, and I think I'm living my dream. Yeah, and I started to watch YouTube.
Really? You've been watching YouTube?
YouTube.
Learning from YouTube? I was watching YouTube when I was a teenager too, because I started when I was a teen. Yeah.
You started long.
It's been 8 years. Look at that.
Wow.
How long has it been for you?
It's about 5+ years.
5+ years. But girl, it's given 30. It's given 30 with your skill level. It's given 30.
Okay,
You do makeup like nobody else I've seen in Guyana or even in the Caribbean, and I think that's a blessing. But here's what will make you stay. What do you think?
What made me stay is the ability to inspire, right? And also the compliments that I get from clients. You know, the reaction I get from clients. Like, you know, when you're finished with a face.
Yeah.
The confident woman that walks out.
It's like a different person. It's like a whole different person.
And I also have, you know, this vibe and this energy that I want just to succeed. I'm like one of the first entrepreneurs in my family.
Ooh.
Yeah, I caught that tea.
That is it. Kudos to you for that. And I really feel you on the big name that you bring to your family when you decide to hone in on a craft and do something for yourself.
Yeah.
Because, let me tell you, I know me and everybody else in Guyana, they were like online, clicking when cartel came and you post your prices.
Oh my gosh.
And
we're
the
gonna have that conversation.
book you out. We're gonna have that conversation because to me, it's what every artist needed to realize that you
gotta know your worth.
You gotta know your worth.
And stand tall in your craft.
And stand tall in your craft. Plush said that.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of people were trying, unapologetically too, because a lot of people were trying to make you feel like you have to apologize for calling the price if you know. Even
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, everybody spoke for you.
I didn't say anything. I had no time to respond. I was in a class. I was busy being booked.
Collect that tea.
So I had no time to be online. I posted and I went to sleep. And then I woke up and Facebook was in a frenzy. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And then, screenshots were sent to me, group chats.
But that worked in your favor.
And it worked in my favor because good marketing. Who didn't know found out.
Yes.
Who didn't know?
Found out. I love that.
You understand?
And it's such an encouragement to up-and-coming makeup artists. My belief is there's space for us all. Guyana got 10 regions.
Right.
Most of the makeup
And Guyana is
artists...
bigger than most islands in the Caribbean.
Yes.
Like, come on. So I feel like for me, I grew my brand from scratch. Then I had nobody that can come and say I put a penny into things. You understand? And
Same.
And I know my worth. I travel. I do makeup. I connect. I you know, like I'm invested.
You
in
push
this
your
business.
body. You push your body, and it's evident.
Thank you. So when I travel to other countries and I see how people value me, and then when I come home, I honestly expect the same from Guyanese.
But it's not always translated.
But I mean, I would always say this as well, because I'm not offended by anything anyone said about the price. But in my opinion, go where you can. You know,
are you hearing that?
Whatever suits you, that's where you probably meant to be. Because everyone has a share at a table. Yeah. You understand? A seat at a table that we can all eat. I might not fit into your budget, and that's fine. Yeah. And okay, who get it, you know.
True.
Like, you know, I'm for who gets it. I'm for who that can afford it.
And a lot of the girls get it.
Which is big up the girl.
Right? Big up all the Plush girls.
No, big up the Dahlias.
That's it. From a Dahlia to a Dahlia.
From a Dahlia.
You know, honestly, I think that you were right to say that, because a lot of the times people feel as if they really have to push themselves. Put your hand where your hat can reach. Put your hat where your hand can reach. That's what old people say. And old people always say that thing. And you shouldn't do it. Because I feel as though if you do it, you rob yourself the chance of actually feeling fulfilled when you can't afford it and it doesn't cause strain.
Let me tell you something. I've had clients that sat in my chair when I would charge, when I was charging like $5,000 to do a face.
Oh my gosh.
Listen,
it's donkey years.
Oh gosh. 5,000 and 7,000 Guyanese dollars, guys, because for my clients who are foreign.
Yeah. And you got a lot of those.
Guyanese dollars.
Yeah.
Right. And I was charging those things. My client was looking at me. She was saying she needs to do better.
Yeah. They call you out.
You need to do better than that. You are way more worth it. And when someone is willing to pay you your worth, why am I listening to
the naysayers?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
There we go. And if you are a young and upcoming artist, and even if you're not doing makeup, let's say you're doing barbering or you're a lash tech, it doesn't matter what you're doing with your hands.
The beauty industry in the whole.
On the whole. Call your price, but invest in your trade.
Facts.
Invest in your expertise, your knowledge, your tools. Invest in your trade overall, so that you know that it's this value that you poured yourself into, and it's not just about money, it's about your time. How much time you spend honing in on your skills and learning the things behind the business, like learning your books, learning how to do procurement.
There was 2 years, literally 2 years. One, I just had like a time stamp whereby I needed to get a certain things done. I was engaged in so many different like short courses. Yes, about marketing, financing, accounting, whatever it is, just so that I can be better at my business. I also decided 1 year in 2023 that I'm gonna do an international course in Jamaica. And then the year before that, 2 years before that, I went to the US and that's when I did my brow course.
Moxie Brow in the house.
That's for persons who don't know. This is micro shading and ombre brows. That's
and it's phenomenal. The plug. Period.
Right.
So you really poured in. Continue.
I poured into my business. So for me now, I'm gonna call my big shot price.
Yep.
Period.
Because you're a big shot.
And I'm not gonna.
Nothing's wrong with it. Exactly.
I'm not gonna.
And I think that especially in a third world country, people try to humble you and make you feel as though you shouldn't.
It's a third world country. I'm sorry.
Still, yeah, baby. Don't let the buildings fool you.
These people be buying some luxury vehicles.
Yes, I want one.
I want one too.
But you know talking about being a third world country and with all of the infrastructure going up, socially, I believe we are still a third world country because we look at the headlines and we're women. I know that it aches us, and if you have a heart, it aches you too, to see how our society is declining when it comes to the social ills. I think it's like a cancer sucking on our society. Because if you think about it, this is a society you're growing your children up, your siblings, your nieces and nephews are coming up in a society where it's normal for them to open their phone and see newsroom posts, woman unalived. And I think it's getting so rampant, child missing. And I really want to talk about how entrepreneurship can really help our young women to put themselves in a position where they're never at somebody else's beck and call. How has being an entrepreneur helped you to gain independence?
Now, being an entrepreneur and having, so I also did a course. I can't remember which year, but I do believe it was in 2020. I would say 2020 or the early 2021. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I did a cosmetology course, and something was said when I was graduating that having your own craft would set you apart and not needy for anyone's assistance is a bigger and greater power. So just imagine you know how to sew. Just imagine you know how to cook. And it's not nothing big, you know.
Yeah.
You can do these things and you can actually enjoy making money from that.
Yes. The enjoyment, the fulfillment.
Because you find peace in what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like for me, I don't think I could have been an office assistant.
I can't do it. Nabara. I can't sit down in my office at type. And then I walk in with my good little body and then I watch for me like, Dahlia feels she's all done. Yes!
Not just that, you look at the time, 5 o'clock and reach it.
Yes, because you're giving away your years to something that doesn't feel like it's fulfilling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're happier, you're more positive, you make your own rules, and you're the governor. You govern.
You the boss. You the boss.
Yeah.
You could be the boss. Yeah. I really have to say to you, Shanice, that I feel really sad when I see young women thinking that a man is the way to their wealth.
First of all,
it's not like that.
Don't give up on that.
Girl. Okay, listen, it would be nice, but only if he is somebody that you can truly trust with your most vulnerable self. And it would be nice if he is somebody who has done the internal work so that when something aggravates him, you are not the punching bag. It would be nice if he is emotionally mature enough to say, baby, I was wrong. And maybe we should talk about this when I've calmed down. And it ain't really nice these days. The money coming with licks. It coming with manipulation.
No, but this all goes back to your upbringing. Honestly, I believe that.
Why?
Why I would say that is because a lot of young women don't have a father figure in their lives.
I'm sure you went deep.
Yeah, that actually shows them what a man is like. And if you did have a daddy in your life that wasn't toxic, because let's face it, we have some homes that do have both parents.
Yeah.
But it's a toxic family relationship.
Yeah.
You understand? That don't know how to treat mommy properly. So now when you're out in the world and you're looking for a man, you're very reliable. You're not very reliable, but you're trying to be this. You're looking for something like
that looks like your dad
or whatever. You're
that
lost.
Feels familiar too.
Yeah, you know, you're lost in the world and you don't know what love is because you never experienced it.
Yeah,
you know, I can say I'm fortunate enough that I had both of my parents. I'm spoiled.
Yes,
as you can see, I was a spoiled young girl.
Yeah.
I can also say that it was a bit toxic, my parents' relationship, but what I appreciate about it is the discipline that came. My father really instilled certain things that, yo, Shanice, this ain't about that. My mother was one of the realest persons I know.
God rest her soul.
One of the realest persons. She would talk to you about sex. She would talk to you about men.
She'd be real with you.
Yes, she would talk to you about getting pregnant and all these things. Like, yo, that shit is not worth it. So it's like you have to go back
to the upbringing, to the roots.
of
Yeah.
why we end up here. Or maybe you're so accustomed to not having that when you finally get something, you want to hold on to it by any cost.
Means yes. And so you don't know when to let go and when to say, nah, this is not it. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that went deep. You heard that? You heard that? Honestly, Shanice, I feel as though what independence has done for me is open my mind to the things I really need and not just the things that society taught me to want. And it looks it looks like a peace of mind, a little feeling of excitement when you get up and you think, oh, 2 clients booked today.
Soft girl energy all the way around in your business, in your life, in everything that you do.
Yeah, because being a soft girl is not looking like this. It's not just about the looks. It's about how you feel inside. It's about a calm nervous system.
Yeah.
It's about your cortisol levels not going up and down and you feeling anxious because the butterflies in your stomach are not good. It's like a sign of anxiety and you need to run.
I'm telling you.
You need to run. Hit and run. Don't hit though, just run. All right? Shanice, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you all day.
I know.
But we're going to hit them with a part 2. All right? I am so thankful that they have women like you, and especially as a Black woman, the way you stand in society inspires other women, and especially Black women, who do come from those broken homes. I came from a really broken home. I came from a really broken home, and I think God is the only reason I'm here. And
I feel
I'm
that.
really thankful. I'm thankful that you sat here with me today to have this conversation because trust and
Anytime,
believe,
baby. Anytime.
Girl,
you're just that girl.
we're that girl.
Just that girl.
I feel as though sometimes you don't know how many people you inspire, and I need you to see today that you do. Like you getting up and breathing. Somebody's like, yo, I want to be like her. Like this work is the work that I want to do.
And to be honest with you, that is something that was said to me before. I want to be.
And you're gonna only keep hearing it.
I want to be like you. And I'm like, what? I inspire people? Like, that's such an amazing feeling.
Yes.
You know, and also that pushes me to continue and be better every time.
And girl, you're the best. So I'm just excited to see the better. So you gotta follow Plush Beauty Studios.
And Moxie Brow Bar.
And Moxie Brow Bar.
Yes.
Hit her up. Okay.
Yes.
Hit her up. She's the goat.
I also want to bring lash extensions pretty soon.
Yes, look out for that.
You guys look out for that.
And you know, anything she touches goes. So we can go.
Period. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Shanice, thank you so much, baby girl.
You're welcome, baby. Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Mwah.
Guys, I know that you hit some gems. So if you like it, share, like, and send it to a girl or boy that needed to hear this today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on another date with Dahlia. That is it.
Bye.